Blackstone world. Francis, Heather, and Tony march unimpressed through the fantastic change in Australia's landscapes. The forest and sandy beach have disappeared. A landscape of rock and stone stretches out before us. The meter-high waves crash thunderously in the distance. I walk through the sea of rocks, carried by the gentle sound of the waves. With every step I take, I am happier just to be here. The separation between me and the world has dissolved. The others move on. I have arrived. The darkness begins to glow. Large and small rocks are scattered everywhere. The alien black sparkling rocks of the stone landscape magically attract me. Their darkness is both menacing and beautiful. The longer I look at the surface of the stones, the more fractal shapes emerge. Their streams form mysterious patterns of myriads of dark, unearthly glowing colors before disappearing into the atmosphere. A black rock rises in the middle of the stony landscape. Its luminous darkness sets it apart from its surroundings. Like a black hole, the stone absorbs all life and light. I get the feeling that I should be afraid. Instead, I walk straight towards the stone. I want to know what is happening here. The clouds cover the sun. A large shadow falls over the sea of rocks. The closer I get to the stone, the colder and darker it gets. With every step, what I see in front of me looks more and more like a gravestone, pleasantly warm, pleasantly heavy. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, pleasantly wide and free at the same time. I kneel, close my eyes, and embrace the stone, letting my weight sink entirely onto it. The feeling of threat recedes. The cold stone cools my forehead and brings me into the here and now. I am alive. I am here to find my nature in nature. I open my eyes, rise, and look at the oracle in the pattern of the stone. For a moment, the surface begins to glow. I see a fox's head emerge from a golden light and lose myself in its piercingly hypnotic gaze. Then I notice the violet glow in his eyes. He is part of the magical nature that had previously cast a fractal spell over me in the sea of rocks. Purple mushrooms grow from his ears. My role model, the psychoanalyst C.G. Jung, could talk to spirits and dream figures without magic mushrooms. I listen and wait for the wisdom of nature amid its magical splendor. But the fox remains silent. The dark gravestone pulsates with black light, devouring the golden light. A moment later, the fox is swallowed up by the blackness. All that remains is a stone. Nature speaks in riddles. I am too stupid for the other world. I bow my head in grief and feel as if I'm dying of loneliness. Then I hear a bell ringing in the distance. No, it's voices. Voices are calling Lucas, 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 over and over again. I lift my head and turn in the direction from which I hear the voices. Tony, Francis, and Heather are just in sight, shouting, waving, and pointing at me. I start walking, and they turn around and keep walking. I can see that they will soon pass a massive rock that stands like a small mountain on the stone beach. If I run around it from the other side, I can surprise my friends, I think to myself, and my legs start to move. When I reach my destination, I press my back against the cold stone and wait. My breathing becomes calmer. Time passes. Tony? Heather? Francis? Francis? I peer over the edge of the cliff. Confused, I take a few steps to make sure. I am alone. The others have disappeared.